Happy Friday. All our anchors, anchor lifers, family caregivers, thank you guys for tuning in, and for our replay viewers, thank you very much for your support and for stopping by. I'll wait for just a moment, give people a chance to stop by. Well, if you're tuning in now, we want to say thank you very much. And it's Friday. Yes, I had a day off today. I actually stopped and relaxed and took a nap and got some chores done that I had been putting off and it fell behind in this week as I was working. And today was my off day. So a really good positive for me. So got some rest and was able to get a lot of things accomplished. Today was Fact Friday on our social media sites, namely our Instagram page. So if you stopped by and checked it out, you would know that we covered Psychiatric Advanced Directives today. So that is a very important subject, especially for those. Well, it's an important subject for anyone. Medical directives, all of us should have them, whether they be for our physical health or our mental health. We should all have an advanced directive, because in the event we're unable to speak for ourselves, we need to be able to communicate exactly the type of care that we wish to have and the care we wish not to have. And as family caregivers, it's a great tool to add to our toolkit with our loved ones, because the Psychiatric Advanced Directive gives us the power to be able to manage their mental health care when they may not be able to speak for themselves. So that's a real important tool to have in our toolkit. So if you stop by our Instagram page, you can check out the many links there. And if you don't want to go by there, just Google Psychiatric Advanced Directive. And there's some really great information out there so that you can put that in your toolkit. And it's free. It's all free. The only thing you would pay for is having it notarized. And that's like, I think, maybe $20, I think. It's been a while since I've had to notarize anything. But that's the only fee you'll pay. And if you decide to have an attorney to take a look at it. But overall, it's very self-explanatory. They guide you along the way through the site, how you fill out the paperwork, and then you want how to distribute it, because you want to have a copy in your toolkit. You want your loved one to have a copy, and you want the members of your family who are also on your mental health team to also have a copy of the Advanced Directive. And you want to give one to all of the professional members of your mental health team, being your psychiatrist, your psychologist, your therapist, the primary care physician. And you just want to make sure that everyone involved in the mental health team, and what we call the anchors, that they have a copy of the Advanced Directive. It's very important. So we normally do a temperature check as well on Fridays, and I'm hoping to eventually have more family caregivers stop by and say hello, and we can share some events from your week of how everything went and how you coped or how you managed and your successes. We would love to hear about your successes and things you've done with your loved one, that they've met a milestone, or you've met goals, or you've come across a new resource that you'd like to share. So if at any time you're here and you're watching the live broadcast, or you can always go over to our Twitter page after the live broadcast and look for the link, because I always post a link over to our Twitter page. I think this time I forgot to tap that button as I went live. But normally you can go ahead over to the Twitter page and you can click on there and you can leave any thoughts or comments that you weren't able to get on, if you weren't able to get on to the live broadcast, or maybe you just didn't ask the question during the live broadcast. Let me turn that down. I always forget to do that. So anyway, this week has been interesting. As I mentioned in the earlier scope yesterday, I've been working a 410. I've recently started a new job. It's been 2 weeks ago now. Yeah, roughly 2 weeks ago now. So a new job, a new responsibility. And so adjusting. And also next week I go back to a regular schedule. So I'm excited about that. So fitting that in with my other duties, managing Homagi. And for those of you who may be joining for the first time, Homagi, we're a nonprofit organization out of Houston, Texas. We support family caregivers who are supporting loved ones and family members who are battling a mental illness and illnesses related to mental illness. And so that could be anything in the wide range of illnesses, from Alzheimer's all the way through to bipolar disorders, schizophrenia, eating disorders. People within the mental health community really need support of their family. And that's why we understand how important family caregivers are and the contribution that they make to the success of the mental health journey of their loved ones. Studies have shown the more support that a person who's battling a mental illness has during their journey, those to keep them accountable, those to be there and to listen and to offer not just emotional support, but at times financial support. And many times in the cases of dementia and Alzheimer's, it becomes physical support, and in terms of being able to, having to lift your loved one out of bed and feed your loved ones. And some of them are pretty advanced in the illness and are bedridden. So they're not able to get out of the house and to have an active life outside of the house. So our job is we come in and we assist that family caregiver in securing in-home care. We assist them in many resources that can help them to make their life easier, whether it be finance. That's my dog, of course, in Periscope. Everything's live. Hush, hush, hush. So in assisting them in making their meeting their obligations with their loved ones. So there may be medical equipment that you cannot afford and that your insurance doesn't cover. Well, being that we are a nonprofit and we are not federally funded, we help our family caregivers with monies that we raise, or my husband and I, who's my co-founder, we actually put the monies out for helping our family caregivers, because we know how difficult it is. We ourselves have been family caregivers for my son full time. It's now part time, and that's now dwindling off into not as much, or will be on the standby if he needs us, because he's now effectively managing his own life. So we're very happy for him and proud of him for that. So family caregivers are our focus. We also assist those in the mental health community who would like case managers who assist them in making sure they make their doctor's appointments, and on-the-job training if they need GED, or if they need assistance in getting parenting classes or going through their therapy appointments, and someone to be there to have accountability for, someone to help to keep them on track and to be an asset to that individual's mental health journey, and in addition to their anchors, who are their families. So that's what we do and who we are. And so if you're a family caregiver, please feel free to reach out to us. Our email is Homagi, HOMAGI home@hotmail.com. That's our email address. So you can easily reach out to us through email, and we would be more than happy to assist you. I'll have more of our contact information up tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, I'll actually write it all out, and then that way you can screenshot it and have it as a reference if you should need to have our services. And as I mentioned, we're here in Houston, but we also have assisted persons that are outside of Texas and outside of Houston. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I was hoping to be able to have a little more engagement, and hopefully that some family caregivers would come into the broadcast and that we can kind of get a dialogue going. So we're not stopping, though. We're going to continue showing up here because I have faith that one day one of you are going to have the confidence to step out on faith and start the next portion of your journey, and that is building the life that you want to have. Thank you so much.